Hey guys, welcome back to the Aggressive Aries channel. So today we're doing something a little bit different. So I don't know if you guys heard about this wonderful mother of six that was literally stabbed at McDonald's. Forgive me, I don't know her name right now. I'm still trying to get all her information. But I just found this really freaking interesting because I was like watching some stuff yesterday about like just her background and stuff. And this girl has been crying for help for a very long time. And I just find it really interesting how it doesn't seem like anybody seemed to. Now, I mean by professional help. That's what I mean. And I'm like, how come she got to say all this stuff on Instagram and nobody even said anything? She was threatening people's lives and just being really erratic. And yeah, she was living in a situation that she probably didn't need to be living in. And this girl basically said she was ready to go to jail. Because at this point, it probably would have been easier for her. That's basically what I got from it. So, without further ado, let's see. So what we're watching today is actually her arraignment, because we're going to be watching her arraignment because I want to see what happened to her. I already know what she's charged with. I believe it's first degree felony charge, of course. I hope she does go to jail. I'm hoping that she doesn't plead insanity, even though I can see that happening too, but we shall see. Let's see what happens. Let's see if she pleads guilty or not. Wait, is that when it happens? All right, let's get into it.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the information being provided is true and accurate to the best of your information, knowledge, and belief, subject to penalties of perjury?
I do.
Put your hand down. With regard to the defendant, Afani Muhammad, please set forth a factual basis for the warrant request.
Yes, Your Honor. On 7/10/25, McDonald's employee Afeni Muhammad stabbed McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at the McDonald's restaurant at 179219 Mile. Harris was not armed at the time and died of her injuries. Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back." Muhammad was arrested on scene and the knife was recovered. Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside of her vehicle. When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered.
Now, girl, what you should have did was just take that day off. Granted, you might not, I would have been like, am I still gonna get paid for these hours? Because yeah, because that's the only way I'm going home early. Now, if it was unpaid, now I could, but it's like you seem like you got a record of doing that. But this is premeditated. Like you really went to the park to go think about it, and you came back. Okay, no problem. Yeah, okay.
In an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
And the requested charges are murder in the first degree, count 2, dangerous weapon, carrying with unlawful intent, and there's a habitual second notice offense. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
The warrant is being signed and we can proceed to arraignment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Calling file number.
So this is, I don't know about y'all, but I don't know if y'all saw Holiday Heart. First of all, wait. So I don't know if any of y'all have seen her Instagram, right? So this girl literally had a whole filter on her face of Chucky. What vibes are you getting over here? Huh? The vibes. What are the vibes? Chucky vibes, right? She has orange hair like Chucky. And then she literally went to unalive the person. What is Chucky's favorite weapon? Oh, it's not even a regular. It's the kitchen one. So what did she get? A kitchen one. So what you mean to tell me is this girl thought she was either the bride of Chucky or she thought she was Chucky. I'm not sure which one it was. But this girl is giving all types of Holiday Heart vibes, Chucky vibes. If you know Holiday Heart, you know, I think her name was Wanda on there. And she was a, crackhead, whatever. And she stole her child's bike and her hair was all over the place. And the fact that she actually flat ironed this hair, because every single time we see her coming at work or whatever, her hair looks all frizzy and unkempt, and she looks kind of psycho. I'm not gonna lie, excuse my language, but I'm just like, she looked crazy. Anyway, let's get back to it.
A weapon with unlawful intent and a habitual second notice. Mr. Licata, how does your client wish to proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. At this time, my client is asking the court to enter a not guilty plea, and this matter set for a probable cause conference of the preliminary exam.
I knew she was going to do that. Why did I know this girl was going to plead not guilty? They better not say. They better not. They better not. They better not say what I think they're going to say. Like, shut up, Shawnee. Let's keep watching.
I have advised my client of her rights, as well as the charges against her and the potential penalties. We are ready to proceed on those grounds.
Very good. Ma'am, do you understand the nature of the charges against you to your satisfaction after talking to your attorney?
Yes.
Very good. I will go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I will appoint an attorney to represent you. We'll set this matter for a probable cause conference on July 23rd, 2025 at 1 p.m. The preliminary examination will be on July 30th, 2025 at 1 p.m. As to bond, Mr. Licata.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Just briefly, my client is 26 years old, does live in the great city of East Point. Your Honor, my client is a high school graduate. In fact, is actually was taking some online classes for college for a physical therapy degree. Your Honor, there are some disturbing facts in this particular matter, but there are facts that haven't been brought out yet, and my client is extremely anxious to have those facts brought to light during the pendency of this case. She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but
I just knew it. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys watch Novosity, but we were talking. I was listening to you last night. I swear to God. We literally was saying this through chat. We were like, watch her say she's gonna bring up her abusive relationship and all this other stuff. And I even said that too. I'm like, yeah, I can see that being definitely a big factor of why, she kind of snapped, because I'm thinking about it as a woman, right? Even just putting myself in her shoes, not that I would ever do anything like that, but I'm just like, okay, so I'm having a hard time at work. All right, now I gotta go home to this guy that I really don't particularly like, that supposedly keeps wanting to force himself on me because I live there and he's helping me out with food, whatever. Okay, it's a very weird situation, but you're also roommates, and you also said you're getting evicted, so it's like, and I kind of felt like it was either her manager, Harrison, or if it was going to be the guy that she lived with. I'm kind of like, did they do a wellness check on this man? Because I thought he was going to be first. Watching them Instagram videos, I really thought he was going to be first. Oh my gosh. Hold on one second. boy. All right. Oh my gosh.
Physical that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record. Your Honor, my client is a helpful person. She's a giving.
Now, if you know my struggle, you know I struggle with alcoholism every day. Every day. If you didn't know that, now you know. But it has been a constant struggle. And I'm not saying it definitely it definitely has made my attitude spike up. Like, it's like sometimes you're just like, you go from 0 to 1,000 real quick and you don't even know why. But I don't think she was drunk that day, and I don't that she was on some drugs or off her meds. I don't think this should even matter, because if we run back the evidence, if they run back all her Instagram pictures, all her Instagram stuff, ooh, good luck making this case public defender. Good luck. Only thing you might get away with is insanity. Or maybe even incompetent to stand trial. That might even work. But, man, look, she was... Yeah, let's keep watching.
A weapon with unlawful intent and a habitual second notice. Mr. Licata, how does your client wish to proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. At this time, my client is asking the court to enter a not guilty plea. This matter set for a probable cause conference of the preliminary exam. I have advised my client of we are ready to proceed on those grounds.
Very good. Ma'am, do you understand the nature on your behalf? Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney? The preliminary examination will be on July 30th, 2025 at 1 p.m.
And just briefly, my client is 26 years old, does live in the great city, taking some online classes for college for a physical therapy degree. Your Honor, there are some disturbing facts in this particular matter, but there are facts that haven't been brought out yet, and my client is extremely anxious to have those facts brought to light during the pendency of this case. She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical, that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record. Your Honor, my client is a helpful person. She's a giving person. She's actually is credited with saving a life because of a 60-year-old who had skin cancer that she.
And she's also a freaking murderer now. Who cares how helpful she's been? Who cares? Her 6 children don't care about that. Like, who cares? Help at the jail. Go help mop the floor. Go help Bessie. Go help Big Bertha or something. You know, get her whatever. Like, no, you're not helping society. You actually just hurt a very good member of society. You just killed somebody that had 15 years of experience at this job, but because you were in your feelings, because you didn't know how to control your temper, girl, get your life. I don't care what you know. You just there's just no excuse to unalive anybody. There's just no excuse. Unless this person is like actually like trying to hurt you, like that's self-defense. This was not self-defense. This was literally premeditated. I'm ready to hurt somebody, and I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And I'm gonna plead non guilty too while I'm at it. And but I'm such a no, you're not a great citizen anymore, boo-boo. That went out the window when you decided to go to a park, go back home, go to get and then you went back, and then you had time from your house to be like, you know what? This is probably not a good idea. Why isn't this a good idea? Well, it's probably a good idea because I can go to jail. That's the only good reason I can think of, because now I won't have to deal with, finding a job, looking for a new house to stay, dealing with this guy, and then I can get away from my manager. And I'm like, oh Lord, the audacity of people.
They go to the doctor to find out that that's exactly what it was, and that person is doing extremely well right now. I understand the facts that have been laid out today in the warrant, but at this time, Your Honor, we are asking the court to consider a bond in this manner that is appropriate, that my client can meet.
I know. Oh my God. Please do not give this woman no bond. It said no bond on her, what was it? When she got arrested, it said no bond. Please keep it at no bond, okay? No, because you know what's gonna happen? The hood might get their revenge instead. So she might never make it to trial. I'm just saying. So, keep her butt in there for her safety and everybody else's, because who knows what this menace to society is ready to do up next? I'm just saying. Come on, Judge.
So that she could meet with her attorneys and prepare her defense in this manner. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of the people?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Pursuant to court rule, the court is well within its authority to grant no bond involving any case involving murder. In this case, we are requesting no bond for this defendant. Also provided within the court rules are certain factors for this court to consider when determining whether to grant any bond at all, and in this case, we are requesting no bond as I indicate. First of all, the court can consider whether or not this defendant is a threat to the community. She entered a public building with other individuals, other employees that were present. She produced a weapon that was a knife longer than 3 inches, and she stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death. There were other employees that were present at the time, some of which attempted to help the victim after the stabbing occurred. That alone is enough to show that there is a threat to the community. She then ran from the building to her vehicle, presumably with the intent to flee from the scene. She was stopped by a helpful bystander. You're also able to consider the likelihood of conviction in this case, given the facts as laid out by Detective Showers and the information that the prosecutors have reviewed in order to charge this defendant. There is a very high likelihood of conviction. And then finally, the defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case involving a knife. So given all of those factors, and given the fact that this court...
Now, I must say, the people are doing a good job on this one. Because I'm just like, everything is like, there's too much adding up, boo-boo. There's too much adding up. Like, I know you didn't just really fix your lips to really ask for some bond. Nah. Absolutely not. Like, no. She poses a threat to everybody in society. Like, no. She unalived somebody. No, this is unacceptable. Because that's basically saying, if you give her bond, you got to give everybody else bond. Please don't give her a bond.
Does have authority to give no bond to defendants charged with murder. I am asking at this time for no bond in this case.
Thank you, counsel. The court has reviewed the charges and the circumstances surrounding this case. The defendant is facing various serious charges, including murder in the first degree, which is one of the most serious criminal offenses in our state, carrying penalties up to life without parole. Additionally, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent further underscores defendant's potential threat to public safety. Defendant has a prior criminal record out of Virginia for malicious wounding. It was actually felony malicious wounding that was reduced to unlawful bodily injury concerning a stabbing, and that is what gives rise to the habitual second. And in determining bond, the court must look to the factors outlined in Michigan Court Rule 6.106. Number one, the seriousness of the offense and the danger posed to the community. The charges here involved a violent crime with a weapon, indicating a substantial risk to the public. The court finds there is a significant threat to public safety, and therefore the bond must reflect that risk. Number two, the weight of the evidence against the defendant. While the evidence is not fully before us and the defendant is cloaked with the presumption of innocence, the nature of the charges along with the prior criminal history suggests that there is substantial evidence against the defendant. Defendant's criminal history: the defendant has a violent criminal past. The history supports the court's concern that the defendant may engage in further violent conduct if she is released. The defendant's ties to the community: while the defendant is relatively young at 26 years of age, there's no indication that she has any significant stabilizing ties to the community that would.
And that's exactly what I was saying. Just because you're taking some classes for some physical therapy, girl, you can learn that in probably jail, okay? They'll give you a little tablet. You probably got like an encyclopedia on there. You could probably even get your... No, yeah, hopefully she's already a high school graduate. So yeah, maybe she'll actually get some college. You can actually do college. Maybe you'll learn some law, and learn what you did wrong. How about that? I feel like this judge is about to give me some music to my ears.
Ensure her return for court appearances. Without these ties, the court is concerned about the likelihood of flight. Number five, defendant's risk of fleeing or failing to appear. Due to the severity of the charges and the habitual offender status, it makes the defendant a high risk for flight. The court finds that this factor weighs heavily in favor of a high bond amount. Substance abuse or mental treatment: although there are no reports at this time suggesting that the defendant suffers from mental health or substance abuse issues that would mitigate the risks posed by defendant's release, the court is, after considering all of these factors, going to be setting bond at $25 million, cash surety only, with conditions. If the defendant is able to meet those conditions, she must be on a GPS.
Judge, really? Granted, I know she's not going to get that, but come on. You should just be throwing away the key. Like, there's... Oh, man, I'm just saying... I don't understand. That's one thing I don't understand about the justice system. So if everybody saw this person committing a crime, right? And this person was detained for committing this crime, right? And then the person passes away from said crime. Why do we need a jury for this? Like, why? I get it, but it's a waste of tax dollars. Like, I get it, but I'm just like... And what if somebody actually helps her get this bond? Yeah, she gonna have a GPS, but who cares? You can still cut them. I don't even know if I want to watch the rest of this.
A steel cuff tether. She's not to leave the state of Michigan. She is to report her address within 24 hours of... She must report any change of address within 24 hours. There would be stringent daily contact with community corrections as to her whereabouts. She also would be required to have alcohol and drug testing as condition of her release. There would be no contact with the family of the decedent, any witnesses. She is not to return to McDonald's. And if she is unable to post the $25 million bond, she will remain in custody pending further proceedings. And that concludes this matter for today. We will see you back here, ma'am, on July 23rd at 1 o'clock for your probable cause conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Look at this girl's eyes right now. This got a whole plethora of emotions. This is the moment she realized she about to be in jail for the rest of her life. This is the moment she realized $25 million of what? I worked at McDonald's. I guess I done round it out. Ooh, girl. Things ain't gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things are gonna get darker. After today, yeah, things are gonna go really bad. Anyway, I'm at a loss for words. Like, I'm blown. But what else did I mean, I guess I wanted her to have no bond. But I guess 25 mil is sufficient enough. But I can't wait till the 23rd because I'll definitely be here for that. Oh, wait. Well, I'll be in Philly for that. But of course, I'm going to have to give my 2 cents anyway. But, yeah. My condolences goes out to the family. I'm so sorry that you guys I'm so sorry for your loss and everything. Heaven just got another angel. Unfortunately, not the best time, but it might have been on time, unfortunately, by this crazy deranged person. And I know what it's like to lose a mother at a young age. So, I mean, time doesn't make it easier. Nothing really makes it easier. So it's like, you just gotta keep on and keep on. So, that's all I gotta say about that. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace, love, and light. I love you guys.